Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I am your host, John Harris. Today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have Neil. Neil has a new album called Ailment, which was released on October 16th. Right now I'm being joined by Pedro to share some more information about this release, about what he's got going on, about life in Portugal, about how to say Portuguese words, about his favorite kind of pizza. We're going to get into all kinds of things today. So thanks for tuning in. Pedro, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Absolutely great to have you on. Let's start small. Let's start basic. How is life in Portugal these days? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? How is it?
Yeah, it's the same as in the rest of the world, I believe, because COVID cases are raising and lowering and raising and lowering. And lately we've been demanded to not leave home on weekends from 1 p.m. So there are some restrictions on walking on the streets and stuff. But yeah, people are more and more working from home, at least the ones who can. And that seems like a new normal now. Yeah, but let's see how the new year starts and with this vaccine stuff, if this changes. Because, yeah, musically is totally stopped. Yeah, it's nothing happened anywhere. I mean, you have one or two bars that can do limited gigs, but yeah, not much happening music wise.
Okay, interesting. So some bars that can do some limited gigs, like I don't know, like what, 20 people or something?
Yeah, I think one of them can host like 50 people tops. And the other one I know, it's like 150, I believe. That is a big venue on Porto called Art Club. I'm not sure if that's the number, but yeah, it can host a bit more with like the COVID restrictions and stuff.
Okay, cool. I'm looking it up right now. artclubportugal.com.
Yeah,
okay.
Great place, by the way.
Okay. According to Google, they're permanently closed. Maybe they just said that because of coronavirus.
I know that Garia, that is a really cool band here in Portugal. They did their presentation show there some weeks ago or like a month ago, and I know one more band did that. I believe that was, not sure if it was Terror Empire. I don't know. It's another thrash band here from Portugal, and they also did that album presentation there, I believe.
Very cool. Well, artclubportugal.com has some cool artwork.
Yeah, it's a great place to have go and see. There's a good festival there that is Amplifest. That it's one of my favorite festivals in Portugal. That happens in Art Club every year, but yeah, not this year.
Okay, not this year. But why is it your favorite festival that you would?
Mostly because of the bands that they choose for that festival. It's more my taste, and also because it's not a huge venue. It's like you can pack, I don't know the number of people that it can host, but it's like tops 800 people, I believe. If I hope I'm not saying anything that's not correct, but it's like the ambience in the room. It's cozy, let's say that, and yeah, and also about the people from the north of Portugal are very nice, very I'm lack of the word for sympathy. So I don't know. It's like a new, also a new place that I can go to that I don't visit that often, and yeah, but mainly because of the type of festival that is, that have all of those great bands. I got to see Sumac, that is one of my favorite bands there. Yeah, and it was great. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. You mentioned the people in the north of Portugal are the better of the Portuguese people.
I think they are. I mean, I'm not saying that they're better than the others. Like, I'm from Alentejo, so I'm Alentejan, and we're also nice people. And I work in Lisbon, and they're also nice people. But I don't know. There's something in the north of Portugal that can pass some more kindness. I don't know. And they're more open to things, more. I don't know the word, but like they're better hosts. If I make myself clear, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, very clear. Is that a Boss HM2 sweater that you're wearing?
Yeah, it is. It's a gift for my girlfriend. Yeah.
Wow.
Boss HM2. Yeah. Old school.
Is that on the record?
No, not on this one.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes me sad for a second. Granted, I did not hear an HM2 on the record, but maybe you had blended it in very low or something.
I didn't. No.
Okay. Now that takes me into.
I mean, I have a pedal somewhere here but it's not an HM2. Oh, it's this one. And it's a Behringer simulator for an HM2. It's a Behringer pedal, very cheap, but it does the job. And I've used it in a record that I just finished producing and mixing for a band called Veneno. And yeah, it sounded great. Yeah, so HM2 for the win, but the cheapest version. Yeah.
Beautiful. Did you go into the amp, or did you bypass the preamp? Did you use it as a preamp?
No, I've just connected this to my reamp box and just mic'd the cab and straight into the DAW.
Okay. Boom. So you use it as a preamp. Fantastic. Cool. Now that takes us into the production of this record, because it looks like you're in a fancy studio.
Not that really. It's my basement. So yeah.
Well, your basement looks nicer than.
I don't have any. I mean, I have a guitar and a bass and some amps, but no drums here. So I have my working station here, my controllers, my monitors. But yeah, not a fancy studio. You can. I guess you can even come and be without lowering your head because it's too small. But yeah, it's what I can have, and I have to work with what I have. So yeah.
Yeah, you got some cool lights. You've even got some IKEA lights. I have that same light, the one that you have behind the ceiling fan. I have two of those.
Yeah.
Not the ceiling fan.
I can take you around a bit more.
Beautiful. Let's do it.
This is my this is my lovely place that I've been building with what I can. Yeah, it's just my man cave for my music endeavors. And yeah.
Wow.
That's what I got.
Very cool. And an HM2 sweater, so very cool. And I was actually just looking that up on the internet, like, is that a thing? And it is a thing. They can be purchased. I actually found one for $49.81 Canadian.
But the HM2?
The sweater.
Oh, the sweater. Yeah. You can.
No, the HM2, I know you can get that. You can even get a plug-in now.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. Yeah.
You know. Cool. So, going into the record then, did you record everything yourself? How did it get produced? Did you do the mixing? Did you do the mastering? Take us through the production of Ailment.
Okay, so yeah, I did record everything. There's always a question coming up that is, are the drums real? Like, if that matters on 2020. But yeah, for some people it does matter, even though all, I don't know, 90% of the metal productions these days sound like, I don't know, I don't want to offend anyone, but I don't see it as a bad thing using sample drums. But yeah, the way I did the drums, because I'm a drummer, it's my main instrument. The way I did that is that I have also a place in my hometown that is Ponsor, and there I don't have the gear I needed to record the drums properly. So the way that I did it, I have always a small computer ready to record my ideas with VSTs, guitar. I write the riff. Then I move to the drums. I record that ideas. And after, when I come to Lisbon, I will translate what I've played into the drum programming. So even though it's not real drums, the sound of real drums are real drums because they were played. I just translated to the record because I couldn't have that modern sound without good equipment, and because I'm not a music producer as a profession, I'm a designer. I do this in my free time, and this is like my solo project, let's say, because I don't know if you're aware of that, because my main band is Wells Valley. It's not everything. It doesn't have to do anything with Neil. Mm-hmm. It's a total different genre. And after that, yeah, all the ideas were recorded in that space that I have in my hometown with my guitar and bass. And then I could only do that on the weekends when I go to Ponte Sur to visit my parents and my family. So it was a long process because of that, because when I'm in Lisbon, I focus on Wells Valley and not on Neil, because there's so less time that I can work on that. And that took a long time because, the first record was released in 2013, just got re-released last year. So yeah, it's a long time between the two records, but it's just for you to understand that, yeah, this is not my main project, and I don't have that much time to apply on it. And it's also what I used to try to be better on mixing and mastering and learning how to play guitar better and play bass better. And yeah, that is how I built the record, basically. It's like ideas coming up, I record, then I just join this and that. And when I feel like a song is finished, I move on to another. Yeah, it's an ongoing process all the time.
Yeah, you mentioned that Neil's a different genre than what you're normally doing. So is it something that you're passionate about, but you want to keep it to yourself, and it's just like an outlet for that? Or how did this album come to be, just in its conception, just in its idea? Is the material not suitable for your other bands?
No, Neil, it's like the half of the first band I had that was Kneel Down. And then when I moved to Lisbon for work, the members were separated because of work. One go to here, one another go there. And then I tried to keep the project alive, and it was just me and the vocalist from Kneel Down that were left. And I thought, yeah, like, it's cool. Let's just break the name in half. So instead of Kneel Down, it was Neil.
Right.
We played some we started on 1999, I believe, and we played like this new metal hardcore on the time. Mm-hmm. And then I always tried to keep this project alive, but then I could not find people to play with me on my hometown because it's a small town. And then when I moved to Lisbon, Philippe, that is the guest singer on the record, he invited me to form Wells Valley with him. And so I left that genre of Kneel Down a bit behind. But I love thrash. I always loved thrash and math metal and stuff like that. But it's not what Wells Valley plays. Mm-hmm. We're more like I don't know. There's so many names I know these days that people like stamp the bands with avant-garde, black metal, doom, sludge, whatever. But yeah, we're more a heavy band for doom. I don't know, blacknet doom, if you like. Yeah.
Sure, man. Whatever the magazines are going to come out with today, that people who are not in a band feel the need to attach themselves to.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the genre is totally different, but it wouldn't make sense to apply this genre onto Wells Valley. So I keep doing this because Meshuggah is one of my favorite bands, and it has nothing to do with Wells Valley. So why not? Yeah. And that's also a way to, I don't know, to express myself in some other ways. And the thing that I talked before, that is to learn how to play instruments, and that also helps when you try to play other genres instead of being all the time playing doom and black metal stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. I was looking up some stuff in Lisbon. Apparently right now it's 16 degrees Celsius and drizzling rain in Lisbon.
Yeah, a rainy day today.
Which
the last few days have been rainy days. Yeah.
Okay, so that's summer where I live, just so you know.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it is currently minus 16 here and snowing.
It's summer, okay.
Beautiful. Now, a couple of tracks that were released from the album, I guess as singles. They're available on YouTube, and the videos will be available in today's show notes. Acuity and Watchful. So, take us through these tracks. Why these tracks? Are they your favorite ones on the album? Did you feel that they would be best served as singles?
So the first one was Acuity, and I don't know, that track has a special taste for me because that track was written in 2 hours, and it was like on a Sunday that I went to Poncer to visit my family, and I remember this because at 5 p.m. I had to take the bus back to Lisbon, and I woke up at around 2 p.m. hangover, and I moved to the rehearsal space. I just grabbed the guitar, played a riff, and yeah, that took me about 2 hours to build that song, and I think it's one of the best songs of the record because it's so straightforward, but it also have that heaviness that I like, and it's the size of the song. It's also suitable for these days because I feel that people don't like to spend more than 4 minutes listening to a song. And yeah, that is the reason why that track was the first single. And the other one, I had Miguel English from Equaleft. That is another great band here from Portugal that also did a guest appearance. And I feel that it's a song that maybe resumes the record, if I may. It has the mixed styles that I use on the rest of the record, and yeah, because Miguel is a great singer. Besides Philippe, that is one of my favorite singers here in Portugal, and I have the honor to have it on the record and also have a band with him. So that's really cool because I was a fan of his band before we started the band. He had a band called Concealment that is one of the heaviest shit you can hear here in Portugal. It's really, really cool. I don't know if you're into that style, but if you like weird stuff, dissonant stuff, you should listen to Concealment. That was a band he had before we met, and I was already a fan of his work. So yeah, Watchful have two great friends, two great singers, and I think it's a good song. So yeah, that's why I choose the second single for the album.
Okay, very, very cool stuff. Now, this may or may not leach into lyrical content, because I know you mentioned that Felipe did everything as far as lyrics and the whole bit are concerned. But I'm looking at the write-up that I have across my desk about this record. Mm-hmm. Does this record have a meaning to you instrumentally, like a theme to it that brings what you wrote together? And does this have anything to do with 2020, or was this record already written, before the events of 2020 happened?
Yeah, by the time the year started, I've already started mixing the record, because it was a process of, 5 years, building ideas here and there, so I could join all the songs for the record. As I said before, time is an issue for me, and so that's why it took that much to build this record. So it was like 5 years of ideas here and there, many stuff that went just straight to the trash. And musically, the name Ailments, that I feel like sometimes you have that tiny things on your life that you just put it behind you, like small stuff. But then when all those little things accumulate, you can collapse, and that can lead to I don't know, major problems on your life that also can lead to, I don't know, to suicide and stuff, because people are so filled in with little stuff today, like using the mobile phone at all the times and watching TV and listening to fake news everywhere. So these little tiny things that just adds up, and then you can explode on a glimpse. And that's how I feel about the record. That that ideas that I came together on these 5 years, like an idea here, an idea there, an idea here, an idea there, and those ideas accumulated until I got the record, and I think it's an explosive record. And yeah, that's what I can say about the record and about the title I chose for it. And that title was then I don't know, I'm like, sometimes my English lacks of that words that I need to say, and I can say it now, but I said to Philippe the name of the record and what it meant, and from there he built the lyrics based on that theme, because I think all the lyrics are a bit related to the theme. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Now, was the record always going to be released in October, or was the plan to release it sooner for festival season, and then obviously this year happened?
Another thing that you should know, because I do not know if you know, this is like a solo project, and I don't do live gigs, so it's the choosing October for the release date was not anything related to festival season or whatsoever. But yeah, that was no special reason to release it on October. It was just the time that the label Raging Planet had available for this release, and I was okay with that. So there was no special plan involved on releasing it on October. Yeah.
Okay, and you could always hire musicians, Pedro. I mean, I know nobody pays for math metal, but you could always hire musicians, and then you'd have a show. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I would love to do that, but as I said before, time is an issue.
Of course.
Yeah, and all the time, the free time that I have, I try to apply into Wells Valley. That is my main thing. I'm not saying that Neil is just this little thing. It's not, because otherwise I wouldn't have spent 5 years joining ideas here and there to release a record, and I'm proud of that record. So yeah, it's a big tick for me, but it's not, since it's not my main focus, I cannot have that luxury to spending time with other musicians rehearsing for a live show, if you know what I mean. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, so then I know you mentioned that time is of the essence. However, do you have a little bit more time now because of coronavirus and the restrictions and having to be at home? And what's the plan for Neil, I guess, then coming forward? Should we be expecting another album next year?
I guess not. Yeah, not the coronavirus thing haven't changed that much to me, because I'm a designer and I work, I don't know if even more hours now since I'm at home. And my girlfriend, she's also a designer, and we're both working from home. So that's it. The 24 hours a day haven't changed. So we apply the same amount of work every day, and we have some more work now, because I don't know, since you're at home and you don't have to spend time commuting here and there, I think you have more time, and you sometimes you feel like your lack of hours to do the stuff you would like to. So, and since I'm always trying to mix stuff, and produce bands. So that time can also take time from Neil. I'm not saying that this is the last record. Yeah, no, not that. But it will take some time for sure for a new record. And maybe the idea is when I decide to start composing new songs for the new record, maybe I need to focus also on getting a real band to do some live gigs, because from my opinion, I think this is a good record that could have like impact on live gigs, because I think the music's the songs are suitable for venues gig. Like you have some breakdowns, and it's something you can bang your head to.
Mm-hmm. Bang your head and get some pizza. What would you be playing live? Drums?
Yeah, for sure. Drums.
Okay, so you'd be playing the drums.
I'm not a guitar player, neither a bass player. I can do some basic riffing. What you hear on the record. I mean, the guitar is very percussive because it's not that doesn't have all that embellishments and stuff. I can do a solo, for example. I mean, I can play everything you hear on the record, perfect. But yeah, not. I'm not that virtuoso, or how you call it.
Yeah, virtuoso.
Just the basic stuff. Yeah.
Virtuoso is probably more your word than it is my word. It sounds Latin to me, virtuoso.
Yeah, it is. It is. Maybe I'm just saying shit.
What's that word that you took from us and then Englishified it and then eventually migrated to Canada and then changed your accent from an English accent to a Canadian accent? Man, we could go for days on this one.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Virtuoso. Yeah.
Virtuoso. Yeah. Probably Italian or something.
Now you sound like an Italian, yeah.
Very good. Excelente.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at pizzerias in Lisbon, and it definitely looks very, very Italian. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm so used to pizza here in North America, which is very far from Italian pizza, and it's the restaurants that exist that do Italian pizza, like a proper margherita or marinara. Marinara. You say marinara here in North America, and people think you're talking about spaghetti sauce. That's how far removed we are from proper pizza. But it looks delicious. Do you like a margarita, a marinara? What kind of pizza do you like?
Anything that doesn't have fruit or meat. No fruit, no meat. Lots and loads of cheese. Yeah, I'm a cheese lover. Everything that has cheese. Yeah.
Boom.
I'll eat it.
Buffalo mozzarella. You like buffalo mozzarella?
Yeah, I do. Anything that is cheese and smells bad and stuff.
Yeah.
There's some really nasty cheese that smells really bad, but it tastes very good. So
of course it does. There's a French expression that good cheese should smell like the feet of the gods.
Yeah, maybe that's a good analogy. Yeah.
Feet of the gods. God's feet. What is it? At the feet of the gods. Maybe. I can't find it. So I won't bore the audience. But okay, I believe that concludes all of my questions. We chatted about pizza. We chatted about Acuity, Watchful, Ailment, guest vocals, the production into the record. If you were to play live shows, what that would look like, how your year has gone. We talked about your HM2 sweater, and that those actually are available for purchase for anybody else who wants to get one, or just have a really cool girlfriend or a wife to buy you one for you. You look great with a beard. I like your headphones. We chatted about the IKEA lamp that we both have. Took a tour of your studio. Is there anything that I missed that you wanted to chat about today, Pedro?
I don't know. Could talk about so many other stuff. I don't know. Check out Wells Valley. I don't know about the design of the record that I also did. So it's like a very close project where I try to do everything, but I just can't sing. So I had to call Philip for that. But if I could sing, I would also did the vocals on the record. Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is just it's my my baby, like my project, where I can do everything I want and without caring about anything else.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Well, that concludes all my questions. So thank you so much for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today, Pedro.
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having me.